Hello, our most valued student. My name is Confident and welcome to a revision session which I want to start with you guys as you prepare for your Mathematics N2 final exams that is coming shortly. And I'm using one of the latest papers that was written. It is in July 2023. So obviously I'm preparing you for November exams. Now I'm going to go through this whole paper. Let's look at this. I'm going to go to the question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5, and then up to question number 6. The paper is out of 100 marks. So I want you to stay tuned. It's always good if you're subscribed so that you can always follow up. You know, if you are my student, you definitely need to be subscribed. So let's start with question 1. And guys, I'm going to break them into parts. So I'm just going to do one question here. And then it's going to be a short question, you know, short, sweet, and brief. You know what I mean? So let's look at question 1.1. It says solve for P and R in the following simultaneous or simultaneous equations. I'm going to use one method. This is 4 marks. I'm going to use the which method? The elimination method. I always prefer it. So it says minus 12R plus 8P is equal to 32. Guys, you mustn't struggle with this side of mathematics, this algebra. Do not struggle. You need to have good practice. There is a lot of activities I have on this channel concerning this. So that's why I'm saying I'm not going to spend much of my time here. I just have to just give you a background of this algebra, you know. So some of you are still struggling with algebra. So I'm just going to give you a background. So what you do here, that is where you say, this is my equation 1. This is my equation 2. Remember, this is simultaneous equations or simultaneous equations. And then you ask yourself, which one do I want to eliminate? And the easier one, you see, 12 and 2. So 12 and 2, the common factor, they have a common factor. 8 and 3, you see, 3 does not go into 8. So I can use 12 and 2, meaning I can multiply the first equation by 1 and multiply the second equation by 6. So that 2 times 6 is 12. I'm matching them so that I can eliminate them. Okay, so this is what I have. So what am I going to do? Okay, before that, I'm multiplying. So the second equation will become, after multiplying by 6, 6 times 2r. And then it's going to be 12r. And then 6 times 3p. 6 times 3, it's 18p. Is equal to, I need a calculator to multiply 6 times 14. What is it? Is it 84 or what? Negative 14 times 6. What is it? It's 84. So it's minus 84. Alright. So I will call this my equation what? Let's call this my equation 3. Alright. So let me bring down equation 2. So equation 2, what was it? It is minus 12r plus 8p is equal to 32. Are you seeing that? So do you see now the matching that I have? This is equation 1. Look at it. 12 and 12. That's when now I bring in my line here to say, what am I doing now? I'm going to take equation 3. Now, since it's 12 and a negative 12, I have to add them. A positive and a negative, just add. So that you're saying 12 plus minus 12. This cancels out, you see? So we are saying plus here. Do you see that? Equation 3 plus equation 1. So when you say 12 plus minus 12, that cancels. And then you say 18 plus 8. What do I get? 8 plus 8, which is what? Which is 16. And then 1 plus 1, which is 2. So 26p is equal to, I think I need a calculator, guys. I'm not good with this, you know. But let's just say 18 plus 8 is what? 26 is fine. Then minus 84 plus 32. What do I have? I've got negative 52. Are you getting that? Then from here, you know what to do. So I've got this p here. Remember, it's what can I do? Okay, what you need to know, come on. I just wanted to do this so that, okay, this one works. So look, I've got 26p is equal to minus 52. There is a dot here. 26 times p. The opposite of that is division. So I divide both sides by what? By 26. That's what I wanted to bring to attention. So that you've got p is equal to, I think here it's 2. 26 goes into 52 twice, if I'm not mistaken. So you will have now the value of what? You will have the value of p. So to say negative 52 over 26. Remember, they've already worked it out. So it's minus 2. So they always give you something that makes sense. So we got our p. Now how do you find q? You just choose any. For example, I can choose equation 2. So I will say here into 2. Equation 2, what is saying? 2r plus 3p is equal to minus 14. Right. So it's 2r here plus 3p is 3 times minus 2. Remember, we have our p. Okay, is equal to minus 14. So it's 2r plus, let's continue there, and then what is it? It's negative 6. So I can actually remove here this positive does not have a power. It's minus 6 is equal to minus 14. So take it to the other side. It's 2r, it was negative, is equal to negative 14 plus 6. So 2r is equal to, if you add this, I think you get negative 8. 14 and 6, minus 14 plus 6 will give you negative 8. You divide by 2, you divide by 2, and then you get your r is equal to negative 4. So we got two results here. Therefore, we can put them in this to say p is equal to minus 2 and r is equal to minus 4. You can just test this quickly. You test these. So this is how you test them. I'm not going to do it, but I want you to test. It's very important to test. You take the value of p, take the value of r. What was p? 2r is minus 4. Am I right? Here. Or p is negative 2 also. You take them and you put them in the original. Where there is an r, you put it. Where there is a p, it must give you 32. Even here, it must give you minus 14. That is how you test it. Alright. So we are done with the first question. Let's move on to the second question. It says, solve the following quadratic equation by using factorization method. Oh my goodness. They forced you to use factorization. You see. So let's do that. It's 3 marks. You know, they know students always use the quadratic formula, but here they wanted you to use the factorization method. 4e squared plus 27e plus 45 is equal to 0. Apologies for the background noise. Just had to bring this to you guys when everything is happening, you know. So let's look at this. You're supposed to use factorization here, and then I think they did it intentionally so that they can just force you to say, do you know how to factorize? So in here, I will say let me use the old system, guys. I know some of you are used to this. You open your brackets, equal to 0, and then you start to say, I don't know whether you put 4 here, e, and then you put e, and then, you know, this one confuses me, you know. If I were to do it, to me, it's like a suicidal attempt. Trust me, it's like a suicidal attempt. I'm just jumping off a bridge, and I don't know how I'm going to land, where I'm going to land. Because I don't know what I'm doing. It's a guesswork, you see. But I use the product sum. What is the product sum? Take this and take that multiplied. That's my p. So it will be 4 times 45. I know it's going to be a bit longer, but it works for me. 4 times 45 equal to 180. Oh, they brought a big number, but what I like, everything is positive. So it's 180. Forget about the e for now. You know, usually I put the e and the e, and the e squared. Forget about it. That is your product, and then the s means the sum. Which one is the sum? The sum is the center number. This one is our s. So our sum is plus 27, and then we are going to look for the bigger one, the factors. So it's the factors of the product. It's the factors of this. The factors of 180. Meaning we need two numbers. When we multiply them, we must get 180. So it's first one. Start from 1. You know. And then from there, go to 2. It's 2 times what? Half of this. You are dividing 180 divided by 2. It's 90. and then 3 times, you are dividing this, it's 60, and then it's 4 times, so you are simply saying 180 divided by 4. So let me quickly get the calculator here. I'll say 180 divided by 4, I get 45, and then 180 divided by 5, I get 36. So this one was 45, and then 5 times 36, and then 6 times 30, I think. All right, we continue. I think 7 won't do. If I try 7, I don't think it will do. 8, I don't think it will do. So let's do it, okay? 180, you do one at a time. Divided by 7 is not gonna work. Divided by 8 is not gonna work. Divided by 9 is gonna work. It's 20. Divided by 10, it's gonna work. It's 18. So 9 times 20, and then equal to 10 times 18, and then equal to, is 11 gonna work? I doubt. 11 is not gonna work. And then what about 12? So you do the same thing. What I'm doing, 180 over 11 equal to, then you see it's giving a remainder. I think I have to use this 180 divided by 12. It works better like this. 12 is 15. Oh, 12 is 15. 13 is not gonna work. And then 14, 12 was 15, remember. 14, no. I think 15 can do. 15 is 12. 12 was 15, 15 is 12. So it was 12 times 15, and now I'm getting 15 times 12. Do you see that I'm repeating the numbers now? Stop there. You don't have to go any further. This is the end because this just repeats. All right, so simpler, we are looking for n. So this is the longer part of it. So, but we're looking here for a number. When we multiply, we get 180. All these will give you 180. But the key one is the sum. This is your decider. This is your decider. When we add the numbers, we must get 27. So you can grab a calculator, but work with positive and, okay, this is, everything is positive. So here we must get everything positive. That's the challenge. Everything must be positive. Which two numbers here can I add to get 27? Let's try 45 plus 4, no? What about 36? No. What about which number will give me 27 here? There, 12 plus 15. Because everything is not giving me 27. It's only 12 plus 15. Did you see that? It's only this one. You can try. It's because of time. This won't do, this won't do, this won't do, all these. You see, the examiner was just clever to give it to the last. 12 and 15. So what am I going to do, guys? I know my product, I know my sum. I just remove this. I was just showing you for the sake of what? You know, for the sake of you understanding. So I know now. So what I do, it was 12 and 15. So I do it like this. 4e squared. I was doing it on my side plus what? Look, 12e plus 15e. That was my 27 plus 45. You see this? Equal to 0. That's what they were tricking you about. It doesn't matter whether you want to start here with 15 plus 12 or 12 plus 15 is the same. Which is, okay, I mustn't put equal to here because this is an equation. And then I continue. What's common in 4e squared plus 12? 4 and 12, it's 4e. Then 4e, it's e plus 4 into 12 is 3. And then plus 15 and 45, what's common? It's 5. Is it 5 or is 15 itself? 15, 30, it's 15. And then 15 into 15 is e plus 15 into 45 is 3 equal to 0. You must always get something that matches. It must always match. Remember, by grouping. So this is equal to, not equal to, sorry. I'm tempted, it's not an expression, it's an equation. And then from here, you know what to do. You write the bracket, which is e plus 3. And then outside the brackets is 4e plus 15. Alright, this is equal to 0. So we start by the first one, e plus 3 equal to 0, or 4e plus 15 equal to 0. What's the first one? Take to the other side, e is equal to negative 3. Got it? 4e is equal to, take this to the other side, is negative 15. Divide by 4. Remember, when it's times, you divide. Divide by 4, and then what is our e? You cancel there. our E is negative 15/4. Guys, everything you get, you must test it. I'm not going to do it for you. You need to test it. After you get your answers, come and take E, for example, e.g. test here. When E is equal to negative 3, you come here and put in here your negative 3, it will be like this, squared. In here, your negative 3 in brackets. You must get 0. Okay, that's how you test, and then you test also with a fraction. Alright, but I'm not going to do that for you. Let's move on to the next question. The next question here was on question 1.3. Make C the subject of the formula here. Okay, 4 marks. This looked more difficult, but it seems the subject of the formula needed more marks than that. I don't know why they did that, but let's check it. It's 5 over 7c cubed. Careful there. Is equal to, it's not really w there, but it's more like angular speed, minus t over c3. And they want me to make c the subject, you see. Alright, so usually how we write it whenever we're doing this, we usually write it like that, and then in brackets at the far end we put c to say we want to make c the subject of the formula. Is it complicated? Not really, but let me show you how best you can do this. Let me separate here like this. Just give it space. It's not going all together. I wanted it. Okay, this is moving. Let's give it space because I want to do it once. Okay, let's take this one also. The W part is not really a W, but it looks like a W. Like this. I think like this. Alright, now look at it. There is a common denominator which still involves c cubed, c to the power of 3. I can now multiply by c to the power of 3, but not only that, 7, so that I can get rid of and make everything flat, flat, flat. But what I do on the left, I must do on the right. But because of the negative sign, even here, I must multiply by 7c cubed. Even here, I must multiply by 7c cubed. Do you see that? You distribute it evenly. Where there is a plus or minus, and where there is an equal sign, you do on the left, you do on the right. From here, we agree that this can cancel out, because that's what we wanted it to go. And then also, the c3 can cancel out the c3. Are you with me? Now, let's write what is remaining. You have on this other side, 5 is equal to, here, it will be w 7c cubed. You see that? I can start with 7wc cubed is still fine. I'll rectify it next. Minus, here let me write it properly. Minus 7t. Okay, that is it. Are you seeing that? So all of a sudden, I've got something that is flat, and then the c is remaining alone. Do you see that? Remember, your focus is c. So if my focus is c, I can take this negative 7 this side. It will be 5 plus 7t. Do you see that? Is equal to 7. Let me start with the number. wc to the power of 3. Is it coming right? Yes, I'm focusing on c. From here, what do we do? You see, it's 7w times. But everything is multiplying. What I don't want there is 7w, so I must divide. I don't want this because I'm focusing on c cubed. But look, when I'm dividing on the other side, a long division line and then 7w, it must cover 5 and 7t. Are you with me? And then let's do it like this. Let's continue like this. And then what we have got 5. Let me do this. We have got 5 plus 7t over 7w is equal to what? Is equal to c to the power of 3. We're almost there, guys. How do you finalize this? Not difficult. If it's a power, what you do this. You put a cube root here. You see? And what you do on the left, you do on the right. You also put a cube root there. That's how you do it. Then you get your c. Then you can come here and say, therefore, you can start now with your c. c is equal to cube root of what? It's cube root of what? You write as is 5 plus 7t over 7w. You're allowed to do this. Some of you will say, but when I was dividing my c, I wanted to be cube root of, you're allowed to do this, 5 over 7w plus 7t over 7w. You see this? You are allowed to do this, to divide individually. And then this 7 cancel this 7, then c is equal to cube root of 5 over 7w plus t over w. Then if you had it like this, it was also going to be fine. So whether you have this one or you have that one, they're still going to mark you correct. All right. Wrapping it up is question 1.4. It says a father of 5 boys. How many boys? 5. Intends to travel out of town for the weekend, but before traveling he gave his eldest son a sum of 2,755 to share with his brothers, such that the 5 amounts should form consecutive whole numbers. I like this question. They should have given it actually 4 marks. Consecutive numbers. What are consecutive numbers? That's where most of you are going to struggle there. If they talk about consecutive numbers, let me give an example. If I say they are consecutive, it can be 5, 6, 7, 8. So the difference between is 1. For every difference is 1. Or if I say 25, what's the next one? 26, 27. This is consecutive. Are you with me? So how do you know it's a consecutive number? Let me work on the first one, for example. Here, the first one. The first one, since it was consecutive, look, I've got 5 as my first. What's the next one? It's 5 plus 1. What's the next one? It's 5 plus 1 plus 1, which is 5 plus 2. You see that? The next one, you can say 5 plus 3. So it's more like you start from 5. Or you can work it like this. To be consecutive, it's 5. Then it's going to be 5 plus 1, which is 6. Then it's going to be 6 plus 1, which is 7. Then it's going to be 7 plus 1. You understand? But now, let's say it was, we don't know the number. The money that he has to share, how much is the amount? He has to share 2,755. So let's not lose that. He has to share 2,755. And then he shares it consecutively. You understand? So we don't know the first amount. Let's call the first amount, let the first amount which will be given to the younger brother be equal to x. You understand? So if the younger brother gets x, you tell me, what about the next brother? He will get what? X plus 1. That's the next brother. That's what he's gonna get. And then the next brother will get, remember there are 5 of them, he will get x plus 1, which is of this share, and then plus 1. And then the next brother will get x plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. I don't know whether this makes sense. Are you seeing that? Because they are getting 1 more than the previous brother. So if this is x plus 1. This is x plus 1 plus 1. This is x plus 1 plus 1. The next brother, can you guess? It's x plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. You see? So when you simplify, he gets x. This one is x plus 1. This is x plus 2. This is x plus 3. This is x plus 4. Do you see what's happening? Now, they said they need to what? They need to share. So we add these guys here. We add them. Plus, 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 plus. When we add them, what do you get? You get x plus x plus x plus x plus x, which is 5x. And then you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. So we get 10 there. But they must share what? 2,755. Are you seeing that? So that is how you're supposed to come up with this. You take 10 to the other side. You've got 5x is equal to 2,755 minus 10. And then 5x is equal to 27, I think it will be 45. Because you separate 55 minus 10. You divide by 5, you divide by 5. Then we find out the first amount, x. That is the first amount which the younger brother was going to get. So it's what? 2745 divided by 5. There is the first amount, 549. So it's going to get 549. So the question here is calculate how much each son will get. So these are the amounts now. If this one gets 549, so you say they will each get, so we know the amount. The first one gets 549. 549. What about the second one? 550. This is money, so let's put rands in front. What about the third one? 551. The fourth one, 552, and the eldest or the last one is get what? 553. Okay, so this is the amount that they're going to be sharing. You can test now. Add everything. It must give us 275. 27 what? 2755. Let's add 549 plus 550 plus 551 plus 552 plus 553. I'm just doing it slow so that this calculator doesn't disappoint me. 2755, you see? Then it means each one, this is correct. So guys, I was bringing this, I know it's a bit faster. I usually teach my underdogs, but this is exam revision. If it's a bit too fast, pause the video, repeat again and repeat it again. It will help you. We have come to the end of our lesson now. Remember, I'm going to be doing each and every question. If you're not subscribed, you are going to miss out as you prepare for your final exam. Guys, it's good to get a distinction. It's good to get good marks. You know, some of you, this math is the one that is the reason why you cannot go to the next stage in your career. For example, you might be going for your internship or for your apprenticeship or for whatever, and then this math is actually, the mathematics here is the one that is actually stopping you from getting into that apprenticeship, because maths is needed. You need your N2. Your N2 is part of the requirement for that apprenticeship. So if I were you, I will definitely subscribe. But I hope it's not bad news. I'm gonna do some of them, but the rest of the paper, I'm gonna do quite a number, but the rest of the paper is gonna be given to subscribers, those who are contributing monthly to this channel. So if you're contributing monthly, you are going to get a full version of this video, only accessible to you. Of course, others I'm gonna do quite a bit, but guys, you must understand, anything needs investment. So there is a lot of work that we put behind, and the guys who are sponsoring these videos, they are called premium subscribers, premium members. They help take these videos further. So if you want to be one, there is always, if you get to the channel, you will see to say join. What do you join? You join the premium members. It's a small contribution. It's not much. You can just do it for a month and cancel it. I think for a month it can be even less than 50 rand or 80 rand, and what is that compared to failing? Okay, so just do that, and then trust me, you won't regret it. We have come to the end of our lesson. Thank you.